Hey everybody, it's Brooke with The Buttered Home and welcome to my messy kitchen. We have a classic southern favorite for you on deck today, and we are going to be making Cajun Shrimp Po Boys. Now, I know what you're thinking, po' boy, what is that? Well, it's a sandwich, and if you want to check out our story about it, we have a lot of information of where that came from. But this is true New Orleans or Nolans fare here, and we can take this po' boy concept and use it for just about anything. You can have roast beef, you can have fried catfish. There's no end to what you can do, but the true classic comes in as the shrimp sandwich, and that's what we're going to be making for you today. It's so easy and so simple, and all of the ingredients are easily found at your grocery store. So for a little taste of New Orleans anytime you want it, we're going to show you how to get it. So we're going to start today by battering our shrimp, and we have 16 ounces of medium-sized shrimp. You can use any size you want. They have been peeled, deveined, and the tails removed, and we are going to put those into our mixing bowl. And to that we have about 3 tablespoons of plain flour and 1 tablespoon of Creole Seasoning. And we are going to just put that over the top. And now these shrimp are just going to be lightly breaded, which is absolutely perfect in my opinion to have on a sandwich. So we're just going to toss those shrimp around, and the batter's going to be kind of gummy because there's not a lot of it. So you can simply mix that with a spoon like I'm doing and then set it to the side. Now, every good po' boy needs a good remoulade sauce. And a remoulade sauce consists of mainly a cold base, which is going to be either mayonnaise, or in our case we have done a mix of a half a cup of mayonnaise and a half a cup of unsweetened Greek yogurt, and it makes it a little bit lighter. But you just kind of mix all your components together, and just like any other good sauce, it gets better the longer it sits. So while our shrimp is resting, we are going to heat up our oil on low to medium heat, and we're going to mix up our remoulade sauce. Let me just get my fire right. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about the sauce. Like I said, this is a cold sauce. That's what remoulade means in French. And I'm sure I'm not pronouncing it correctly like the French would, but I'm Southern and proud of it, and that's where we're going with that. So it's also a traditional mayo-based sauce too. So the recipe calls for 1 cup of mayonnaise, and we have 2 tablespoons of Creole or spicy brown mustard. We have 1 tablespoon of prepared horseradish. We're going to add in 2 tablespoons of finely diced onions. And I'm using a red onion, but you can use a sweet onion if you want to, or a white onion, it really doesn't matter. We have 1 tablespoon of Creole Seasoning, and we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, which is just a couple of little splashes. Then we also have 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, and we're going to add in a half a teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Now, this doesn't call for anything crazy. Like I said before, we're using a half and half mix of mayo and unsweetened Greek yogurt, and you can too. We're just trying to make it just a little bit lighter, and we've got enough mayonnaise in there that you still get that mayonnaise taste. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking a true remoulade sauce has pickles, And you can certainly add diced sweet pickles or diced dill pickles to this if you like, but we are going to dress our sandwich with the pickles, so we're going to leave them on the side. And this is a really good sauce for just about anything, just FYI. All right, so now we have 2 tablespoons of canola oil that we have heated on our burner. And we are going to add in our shrimp and let them lightly fry. And I'm going to try to separate them as we put them in. And they're not going to take long to fry up. And you see they've kind of stuck together, but this is not a heavy batter. And I'm gonna ask my producer if he will get me a paper towel too that I can drain these things on. But we're gonna keep them kind of in a single layer as best we can. And get them separated out. And 16 ounces of shrimp is really only about like a pound. And these were some that we got in the frozen section, but certainly fresh is always better. But you can totally do this with frozen shrimp just like we have today. All right, now I think I got them all separated out. So we're gonna let those fry for just a little bit on each side. And I'm gonna let them sit here for just a second. And we're just gonna fry those just until they start to brown. Which won't take long. Once they get that little crust on them, it'll happen pretty quick. And like I said, this sauce just gets better the longer it sits. All right, so now we can kind of toss them in our oil. And this pan fry method, it just doesn't take long, probably about 2 to 3 minutes per side. You just want to get a nice little crisp on those shrimp. They're not heavily breaded, so it usually happens pretty fast. And then while those are finishing up, I'm gonna get my sandwich dressings ready. And we have sliced tomatoes, we have lettuce, we have dill pickles, and we have sliced red onion. I have also taken a French bread loaf, and this recipe makes about 2 large loaves, but we're only going to be working with half of a loaf today, just for time, in the essence of saving time. And we're going to show you what to do with that here in just a second. I'm going to check my shrimp again. Oh yeah, they're getting a nice golden brown crust on them. And the great thing about working with shrimp is you can do this pan fry method and they cook really fast. So that means you'll be eating in a hurry. And you don't want to cook them too long, just until the centers start to get pink and that batter gets nice and crispy on the outside. So if you're in a hurry for a really good southern seafood meal, this is it. This is the best way to do it. And even though it's a sandwich worthy of getting the good camera out and taking pictures. All right, we're gonna let those cook just a minute more. Okay, so we are done. I'm gonna take these guys up. And oh, they look and smell fantastic. And these medium shrimp are nice because you can pile them high on the po' boy sandwich. They're fantastic. I'm gonna set this over here. And then we're gonna just put our little flat skillet on and we're gonna let it heat up. Which should not take long. Now I have taken this French bread loaf, and like I said before, we're only working with half a loaf today. The recipe actually will do 2 large French bread loaves, and I have cut it in half lengthwise. Now the reason for that is because we are going to toast this just on the inside, and I have a flat pan here heating up, and we are going to, well, if I had some butter at room temperature, it would work really well, but you can butter these up, or you can mist them with a little oil like I'm gonna do since I didn't soften any butter. But the butter, the soft butter is really, really best, but a good little cheat for that is to take a little oil and just spritz the inside of that bread, and that just helps it toast just a little faster. Of course, butter is ideal for this, but I can't always think of everything. So we're just gonna put those face down on our little griddle, and I'm gonna do one at a time. And then I'm gonna get a platter. And then we're gonna show you how to dress these guys up. They're fantastic. Let's move that out of the way. And the sauce is really what makes this. I mean, it's fantastic. All right, we're almost there on that guy. Turn my heat up just a tad. We'll get that inside nice and crusty and yummy. One of our favorite places to go in New Orleans is to Johnny's Po Boys. And you can get more than Po Boys there, but his Po Boys are fantastic. One of the things that I like so much about them is that they're toasted on the inside. I think you can order them not toasted, but I don't know why you would. Because that just extra minute of just adding just a little bit of that crispy in there just really makes a huge difference in the whole texture of the sandwich. And that is what the sandwich is about, really, is texture and flavor, of course. So now we're gonna take our sauce and we're just gonna drizzle some of that over on the base of our sandwich. And this is the easy part. I mean, this is not even really, like, I don't even count this as a recipe. So we're gonna lay our salad portion down, and we'll go overhead so that you can kind of see what I'm doing. And I'm gonna keep an eye on my bread here. So we put sauce on the bottom, and then we put our nice bed of lettuce there, and then we're going to dress it up with some of these nice beautiful tomatoes, and then we're going to add just a few pieces of sliced red onion and some pickles, and we like dill on ours. Everybody's sliding out of the pool here. And then we're gonna take our shrimp. And now there's 2 ways you can do this. You can serve it open face and put your shrimp on one side and your dressings on the other, which is what I think I'll do, and I'll just let Big D smash it together. Or I'll smash it together. But we wanna make sure we put that sauce good and liberally on both sides. And then we just top it with that shrimp. And just really, with these medium-sized shrimp, you can really load it up. And they swim all in that sauce, and they are fantastic. So now, probably the easiest way to do this is to take the bottom and the top, and we're losing all of our salads here, and then just bring them together. And buddy, would you look at that? Would you look at that? It's fantastic. That is a big bite of heaven right there. And that's all it is, y'all. It's just a simple fried shrimp with a really good sauce and a whole lot of fresh, good produce on there. So I'm gonna slice this for Danny because I know he is starving. And let him eat it up. So this is our take on Cajun Shrimp Po Boys, and we hope that you'll try it, and we hope that you'll love it as much as we do. Be sure, we love to be tagged in pictures of food, so make sure you do that if you make it and give it a try. As always, if you're not subscribed to our channel here on YouTube, be sure and hit that subscribe button now, and be sure and ding the bell so that you can be notified whenever we drop new videos like this one. Also, if you're not already, be sure that you're following us over at Facebook and Instagram. We cook live in our kitchen here at the Messy Kitchen almost every Monday night, and we have a lot of fun. It's almost just like you're in the kitchen with us, and we would love for you to join us on Monday nights for that as well. So, for this and many other great recipes, check back here often, and as always, from the buttered home to your home, we love you guys. Bye.